Was it long?
I feel like 10.
Don't want it on me. I'd like to Christine.
But it was fun.
But I always started the.
I don't think it matters. I'm on there. Wait.
Do that.
Yeah, Christine, can you hear us now?
I can hear you. Thank you.
Great.
Yeah. Go ahead and call the meeting to order at 3:03. Read our.
That as required by General Law, Chapter 30A, Sections 18 through 25, and pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, an act relative to extending the certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency, signed into law on June 15th, 2021, as extended by Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, the Yarmouth Community Preservation Committee will hold a public meeting on Wednesday, December 3rd, 2023 at 3 p.m. Yarmouth Town Hall, Room A. The public is welcome to attend either in person or via the alternate public access provided. And I'll just also note that we will enter into executive session at the end of the open session, and we will not reconvene into open session.
Okay. We'll go ahead and take a roll call vote. So Christine,
Present?
Paul,
Present.
Mr. Higgins is present. Judy,
Present.
Joanne,
Present?
George,
Present.
Lee,
Present.
Deb,
Present.
Gary, present. So the only one missing, Mary Ann, correct?
Mary Ann is absent. Okay, for staff updates, in your packet, you should have seen a memo from Kathy Williams regarding the Riverwalk Park and the status of the bond question that came up at the last meeting.
Prism gave them 100,000 towards construction.
Of, yeah, infrastructure at the event space.
So they're gonna have a groundbreaking, do you know?
We're hoping the project went out to bid, today, right? I think that was today. I know she was talking about it yesterday.
Yeah.
Getting my days mixed
The
up.
14th, which is,
Today.
today's the 14th?
Oh, no, tomorrow.
Yeah.
And the bid opening on January 24th. So, construction to begin in March and run through 25.
Exciting.
And I know that Kathy is going to the Rec Commission this afternoon to get their signatures on that park grant, which is a $487,000 grant. So they're working hard to find any money they can.
So could I ask, do any of those grant monies reduce the amount of the bond, or is it all a separate?
That's the hope.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify that could be a possibility.
And that they apply for them,
Okay.
but then it would out of what we're paying.
Okay.
Yes.
Because at the bottom, it says further discussions with the finance director, Jen Mullen, will occur once you've awarded the project and the contractor has developed a schedule of values and will provide us with better understanding of the amount of bonding required, maximum 3 million, the timing of the bonding and the rate. So we're kind of,
Right, so the whole thing's gonna key into where the bids come in.
right.
Mhm.
Right. Hopefully they're not crazy that we have to go back to base one, but I suppose there's components of this that they could knock out to get it. Then
I'm not sure. Do you know?
I don't know that there are compartments where they can peel off. I think they're just waiting to see what comes in. The last I talked to Kathy about it, I'd asked for this, especially with regard to the bonding, where we were with that. And I can appreciate that they need to have the bids in hand to understand
Of course.
what are they going out for?
Mhm.
And they may smartly bundle it with other things. It may be bundling with sewer. It could be bundling with any other big projects. Always better to bundle when you're doing municipal bond authorization. So I guess we'll just have to be patient and see what.
So they
What comes
would
up.
put the amount we're bonding with the sewer.
Sometimes
For the town.
towns have the opportunity to be able to offer to the market a bonding opportunity where they bundle a bunch of different projects. More attractive to who may want to purchase, but it all depends. It all depends.
And we really just started having the meetings with the new finance director.
Right.
The whole budget cycle is in full gear, so she's meeting with different department heads. And as far as the CPA bonding goes, that was her, her first statement is this will probably be bundled. Because what hasn't been done in the past doesn't mean it can't be done.
Right,
going
right,
forward.
right. I mean, it's always, in my
Percentages.
opinion, it's always better to use someone else's money. You have to pay for it, but the bottom line is the capital improvement program, the CIP,
Mhm.
is moving forward in that committee. And there are some big ticket items in there that they may want to suggest as a bonding opportunity. I don't know the specifics, but I do know that this is kind of marching in time with the CIP, which makes sense. For is a capital improvement.
Mhm.
And that's the only thing you can really bond for. You can't bond for something operating, so.
The bigger the number, better rate.
Absolutely, and it becomes more attractive to the investors, I think, George. I mean, that's been my experience.
Well, we won't have a problem getting them a bigger number.
And then I would just say that the kind of piggybacking on that update is again regarding meetings with the new finance director and kind of refining some of the budget estimates for the CPA. And so next time we meet, we'll have a more refined estimate of revenue for the CPA for FY25.
Yeah.
It may affect mostly, I think, the housing article where you voted $197,058 out of the affordable housing bucket. Zero out that account. So depending on which way these estimates get revised, we may have to revote that because it may go into negative if the number goes down.
Mhm.
So that's really the staff updates that I have. And if you want to talk about the minutes, then we can still take executive session unless there's any committee updates.
But you get to vote on the minute.
Yeah, that's first.
They so they know. 10-11.
I move to accept them as presented.
Motion by Judy. Secondly, Deb beat you to it. So yeah.
One correction, page 2,
Oh, yeah.
Huggins rather than Higgins.
Okay, that's on the October 11th minutes?
Yeah, I think
Under 5.
October 11th, yes,
Okay.
just for historical purposes.
So then those can be voted as amended. I will make a correction. Posted.
Okay, motion by Judy, seconded by Deb. Now we have the amendment. All in favor? Paul?
Aye.
Judy?
Aye.
Joanne?
I,
George?
Aye.
Lee?
I,
Deb?
Aye.
Christine?
Aye.
Carrie? Aye.
And then
Go to 10-25.
And I'll just say I've already amended some spelling and the presence of Ms. Marzigliano during the Wild Rose Terrace discussion when she returned into the meeting. So that's already been amended. And there's another amendment on page 2 and
Right.
for the October 25th minute. So anybody has anything else, throw it out there and I'll make note of it.
I move to accept them with the corrections, amendments.
Second,
By Judy, seconded by Joanne. All in favor,
Aye.
Christine, Paul.
Aye.
Christine,
Aye.
Well, I.
Judy.
Aye.
Joanne, I.
That's all
Lee.
right.
Aye.
Deb. Gary.
And
Yeah, I-
number 8,
Number 8.
Yeah.
Got another one on page 2,
Okay.
under Farrell One Road, the voting. I don't feel so bad.
Yeah.
yeah, I know, because like your name is hard to spell, Paul. And
Yeah,
I wonder if it was auto-correcting me,
yeah,
Oh,
probably.
yeah.
Yeah. You don't realize.
Oh, my
till- yeah,
goodness.
and you know.
And on this, on page 2, it's Paul Higgins again.
yeah.
But I mean, it knows Higgins Kroll Road better than it knows Huggins.
You remember the old television, Artie Miller?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was the character named Moji Howitz.
Yes.
And he said, how do you spell it? He said, just the way it sounds.
I'm gonna tell people that from now on. And they have to spell my name.
Yogi Berra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I move to accept the November 8th meeting minutes with the correction amendments as
Thank-
noted.
Thank you.
Judy,
Second, yep.
Joanne, second.
Oh, I.
Joanne, Christina already beat us to it. Paul.
Aye,
wait a
Joanne,
minute.
I.
Is that November 29?
not yet, we're not there yet.
On the 8th.
Aye.
Lee,
Aye.
Deb,
Aye.
Gary, aye. So now we're on November 29th.
I didn't notice that.
We're gonna vote on this one.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, I make a motion to accept them as.
Second,
Thank you.
Okay, I Deb, second. And all in
Judy,
favor?
Judy.
Judy.
Do that, aye. I don't know, Joey. Aye. That.
George,
Aye.
Lee, Deb.
Aye.
Yeah, so it's the committee.
Yep.
Well, thanks for not coming.
I'm sure. These are nice minutes.
I jammed them out.
Oh, my goodness.
Um,
They're very detailed. Thank you.
Great job.
oh,
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Great job.
We are using actually a new technology that the town administrator's office has been testing, and it does speed things up a little bit, but again, obviously,
It's correcting.
yeah, it's correcting things. And I got.
Well, we could always rename Higgins Pro Road. to
I can-
Higgins.
I could change my name.
All right, is there any committee member updates?
I could give a update on the Community Housing Committee and the Select Board approved the housing prevention, VHPP, I think of what it's called now. And it's gonna go to the Planning Committee for hopefully final approval, and it will go to the state.
Great, congratulations.
Well, thanks to committee leader.
Conservation has a full mission now.
Oh, they do?
Just joined, so
That's right.
Oh, good.
Jack Frost?
Jack Frost.
Nipping at the nose, careful.
Good time of year for that.
Yeah.
That is real name.
John?
Yeah, John Frost.
Good man.
I haven't asked him yet if he's related to Robert.
Ah. George,
do you have anything?
No update.
I have one from the planning board. We met last week. And there's a couple of things on the agenda that are coming up. One, at special town meeting a year ago, we approved an amendment to the zoning bylaw with regard to short-term rentals. And the part of the reason for that was the language associated with short-term rentals was silent in the zoning bylaws. And when something is silent in a bylaw, apparently, that means it doesn't exist and you can do whatever you want. So it's important that it exists, the actual. And of course, short-term rentals is a word that we use often, not just in zoning, but for the tourism fund. A lot of the revenue, most of the revenue that supports that comes from short-term rentals. So at the time of the fall town meeting a year ago, there was a sunset clause put on that for us to make sure that we evaluate how short-term rentals are going during this housing crisis. So we are working on a review of the town's involvement with short-term rentals, what people think, and we're hoping to have something ready for fall town meeting again, special town meeting. It expires in November of 2024, and we need to be in a position to it and to extend it. So that's one of the items on our agenda. We also met to talk about our 2024 goals for the planning board, and number one on that list is the local comprehensive plan, which is required for various opportunities for grants through the Cape Cod Commission, the state and the federal government. Towns have to have a local comprehensive plan. Ours is about 10 years old, so we're updating it. The components of it are the housing production plan. All of those become appendices to it. We have solicited an RFP for a consultant to help us, and that committee has met once. So the LCP RFP committee is meeting again in early January, where we will meet with the two proposals that we've received. And I think that was the main stuff for planning board last week.
So would they be able to coordinate the plan with the town ways to water plan that we're starting? That wouldn't start till July.
I'm not sure what you mean.
In other words,
Put it in the plan,
yeah, put it in the plan, I think.
the comprehensive plan.
Town ways to water is important.
And remember, one of the components, actually several of the components of the local comprehensive plan, there are criteria that the commission requires us to have. And one in particular, we spent a whole year putting that together, and in that vision statement are particular action items that we need to, part of the open space and rec plan. There are particular items that need to go forward. The integration of something like that is important. And yes, one way or another, as an action item, we look at all of the elements that are in the capital improvement program. That would be action items in the open space, the housing production plan, all of those become integrated into this large local so our activities as well. And any projects we're putting forward that relate to kind of long-term planning. It isn't meant to be project oriented, but it is meant to look long-term at projects like what Friends of Bass River are doing for us.
Right.
Absolutely. They are in there. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So, you know, as far as you'd mentioned town ways to water, and it'd be in our interest when we get the inventory to put a priority and work on developing those.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, those things, and there may be other things that come up
Right.
during the year where there are considerations by other committees where they say, hey, let's jump on this. And so it's a very dynamic process. This isn't the consultants that we're hiring know that they're in moving water, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're gonna pick up not necessarily flotsam and jetsam, but they're gonna pick up some stuff along the way. That haven't even been
Yeah,
thought of
and,
yet.
you know,
Yeah, that's a very good
the
point. Yeah,
pool may be part of it.
Yeah.
We don't know.
exactly.
George?
Just an FYI, the Town Seal Committee is in front of the Select Board on Tuesday, and we will be proposing a new seal. Be there,
Well-
be square.
All right.
Is it already decided on the So it's.
Tell you, I'm gonna tell you, Judy.
That's what I was gonna ask. Can
Definitely
we
not
see it or
local.
is it top secret?
So we, Monday, and, we have voted a recommendation.
Okay.
Has there ever been any consideration of having the seal on a flag? Does the town have a flag?
It's a good question.
There has to be, because they hang in the State House. Every town, every city,
That's
every
right.
town in the state, in the
Is that so?
Massachusetts, there's a whole hall of flags at the State House.
Good
Where I've
point.
been to ceremonies. so
That's
there
where
has
they-
to be A
where they-
flag, it's just, do we have a copy of it?
Yeah.
And if we do, it has to be changed with a new seal.
Yeah,
Thanks for.
so you're getting, a seal is,
Whatever's
Yeah,
up there
yeah,
now is
yeah.
in, it's in one of their, where they hold
Oh, cool.
meetings and conferences. We always do Girl Scout, well, we did for years, Girl Scout Gold Award there during the day, so the reps and whatnot could come down, but the whole room is just every flag from every community in the state of Massachusetts.
Well, they have the CPA awards in that room too. and it's
Yeah.
Called the Hall of Flag.
So I don't remember what,
Thanks.
but there
I'll
has
look
to
into
be,
that.
yeah, it
Yeah.
may be that there is somewhere, but
yeah.
I would say.
put it up.
Well, there's only
Never been in.
351, right?
Yeah, that's right.
It's a lot of,
Ah,
hey,
All right. Anything from open space, Christine?
Not at the moment, no. We're just anticipating movement on the old Yankee Village site. And any other, we're looking into a couple of properties right now. Thank you.
Thank you. So are you gonna recuse yourself now from executive session as we prepare to enter into it to discuss Wild Rose Terrace?
he's done.
Now she's freezing.
She said the connection was,
Yeah, it freezes every minute. So she's asking, Christine, can you hear me?
You're breaking up every once in a while. I'm sorry.
You're breaking up too.
It's the new telephone system.
From Wild Rose Terrace.
Okay, I should be recusing myself on that.
All right,
I,
you can, I think, read the motion first and,
yeah, we did.
Do you want me to shut the door?
yeah, please.
can you make sure she's off?
She can hear the motion, right?
Oh, yeah, I guess you can. Sure. I move that the committee enter into executive session pursuant to Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 38, Section 21, A6, lease or value of real property on Wild Rose Terrace, as conducting an open meeting would have a detrimental effect on the negotiating position of the town, and that the committee not reconvene in open session.
Okay. Motion by Joan. I'm in favor of the motion.
Is somebody gonna second?
I second it.
Be a second, Judy. Hey, all in favor? Paul,
Paul, I.
Judy, I.
Joanne, I.
George, I.
Lee, I.
Debbie,
I.
Gary, I, and.
Christine will recuse herself.
I'm recusing myself, yes.
All right, well, thanks for being here.
Bye.
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 And
Merry
I'm gonna-
Christmas. Happy New Year.
I'm actually gonna end the meeting on Zoom.